So, I wonder what this is. Shall we see? You might remember this little setup from a while ago. The ASCO, I think, was the other way around. So was the W1, obviously. But it's besides the point. So this is 2 washers, 1 room. And this is episode... I don't know. I've lost count, gents, completely and utterly. It's been an insane amount of time since I've done anything like this. Usually it's just been singular vids. Haven't had the opportunity to do this. And yeah, this is literally just a 2023 video. What is it today? Today's date, like the 17th or the 18th of May? Yeah, the 17th of May, 2023. So the 17th of the 5th, 2023, and that's it. So in today's video, it's going to be my Miele WMV 960 WPS Twin DOS Power Wash 2.0 IX Electronic versus my ASCO Quattro System W6098, which is the fastest spinning automatic in the UK currently available right now. I think it's the fastest for the rest of the world, actually. I don't know if there's any other 1800 RPM machines that are actually available, but this is the only one. So obviously I'm going to do a load of, I don't really know what. I have towels, I think a dressing gown or 2 and some darks, so I think I'll go ahead and give this a shot. So the W1 has been in the utility for the past couple of days now. I got a new sack trolley from Costco, and get yourselves one, seriously, because it's one of those multi-function ones where it goes from just a regular sack trolley and it transforms into like a flatbed of sorts. And my god, it is the best thing ever because I can transport machines that weigh 95 kilograms anywhere, as long as I can actually physically get it to go on its side. That's the problem there. It is a bit difficult to do that, but it's not particularly much of a concern. Oh my god, I'm gonna just split this load of lights and there you go. Jesus Christ. Wow. This is all from my sister, by the way, who I haven't done any laundry for in a little bit of time. That's random. She does end up putting stuff in a washing basket that I do have to avoid sometimes. What's that? That's a can of body spray, a fidget spinner and a pen. Weird stuff to put in a laundry basket, but well, I'm not going to judge. So that looks to be the load for this lot today, which is just lights. And I'll put the rest back in the basket so I can do them later. Oh my fucking god. This is all going to fit in a 9 kilo machine. These are both 9 kilo technically. The ASCO is more suited to 8 kilo because it's 60 litres on the dot, whereas the W1 is 64.5. So obviously the W1's got 4.5 litres on the ASCO, so it's got an extra gallon of drum volume. But who really cares about that? You've got to bear in mind, this machine will go utterly mental in a bit, the W1, once it gets on to spin. Because that's just the W1 and what it likes to do for no reason whatsoever, really. I don't really understand why, but it seems to go so insanely nuts for no reason on this floor, and it hasn't before, really. And it's trying to act like the W9160 when it didn't have any shock absorber resistance whatsoever. And yet it's a 2015 machine that cost you almost, well, across the header mark of $2.5 grand, or $2 grand practically. Well, it cost you more than $2 grand, it cost you like 2,100 quid back in the day, but there you are. So obviously it's a menace to society at this point. We must keep it under a military ordered prison sentence of an infinite amount of years. No, I'm just kidding. For smashing up the utility room of Washing Central and nobody else. If you're wondering why Jack isn't featured in any of these videos, it's personal reasons that I guess someone will eventually drop the ball on it, but it's not been a very fun couple of weeks for me personally, and he's been very childish. I mean, generally just an arse. But who cares? That's besides the point. I'm here to enjoy myself for once, so let's go. The ASCO even has the ASCO logo when it switches on, and then it's inspired by Scandinavia. And then Miele has Miele Willkommen. So that's a logo I can't turn off. That's a logo I can turn off. That was done quick 60, okay. Buttons. So in the detergent tanks, they are the exact same detergent, which is Kirkland liquid, biological liquid, and Personal Colour liquid. So in the ASCO it's in tank A because that's all it can use for coloured detergent really, but you can practically just use any liquid detergent at all, and you can just put it under as coloured, and I think it will use it on virtually any program. And then you have tank B, which is universal for anything else. The Miele is universal for practically anything. It will do fabric softener and detergent, but it won't do stain remover. But you could technically set up 2 non-refillable or refillable cartridges. It doesn't really matter. You can just set up 2 cartridges that will do whatever detergent you choose and a stain remover liquid, and you can set them up as ultra phase 1 and ultra phase 2. It won't really matter because it will use ultra phase 2 at any capacity, as long as, you know, it has a dosage limit set, which will be quite high for stain remover liquid. Surprisingly, the W1's drum light's staying on. I'm impressed because it's been having a few issues. But the ASCO, of course, seeing as how it's built, I'd say not as good as a Miele, of course, because, you know, it's an ASCO at the end of the day. It does have a Quattro system, which is different to Miele, because Miele at this capacity has 4 springs, 3 shock absorbers of 90 newtons, and then the ASCO just has what is practically the suspension legs off of a Hot Point 95 series. It just has 2 sets, so it has 4 in total. The odd ones have 6, but that's cool. So programs at 20 minutes to midnight. Let's go ahead and choose. I feel like doing longer programs on this, but of course people's opinions are going to get a sway. They're going to be like, oh, why are you up at this kind of time? Well, it doesn't really matter, they shouldn't be asking. So in today's video, I'm actually going to use the detergent systems in both machines. So on the Miele, I'm going to be using universal detergent at a dosage of 85 millilitres. Now I need to check on the ASCO if I've taken dose down on that. There we go. So 55 millilitres of colour detergent is fine. And now I'm doing 100. Okay, I'll just do 85 ml per wash because I know I went a bit nuts with that earlier. So tank B is Kirkland Ultra Clean Colour Liquid. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to Universal Wash, which is a program I've quite recently started using. I'm going to take off Super Rinse because I don't need that for this specific program at hand. 60 degrees Celsius, 1800 RPM, and the mode is speed. I don't think I'll take much off. Oh, that's impressive. So now we're in 56 minutes. Let's see what I might be able to do with the W1. So short, extra rinse, no water plus. That's the main thing. That is a 5-minute difference in between the two. I feel like the W1's going to obviously sense to lower levels and the ASCO just stays the same. So I suppose, without further ado, I will go ahead and start them. But first, I'm going to go back to the W1, hop onto Program Manager. I'm going to select Intensive. It doesn't add any time on, doesn't take away any options. Oh, also the load, because that's fun. I like to see a load size at the very least, so I'm going to OK that on load. I'm going to shut the door. Obviously the drum light's going to go out, then I'm going to open it again, and now the drum light doesn't work. Yay. Hello? Dang it. That was short-lived. Nope, I don't think it's going to come back. So that's that. I'll try one more time because I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. Going to wait a couple of seconds. Hey, there we go. Right, so load is at less than 25%. Let's go ahead and load it. I like seeing this screen go to 25, 50, 75 and everything. I doubt it'll be more than 25% load because everything here is lightweight as hell, so there you go, that's everything. You did your little spin. Yeah, 25%. Shut the door. Twin DOS is selected. What is it at? If I clear the selection, let me go back onto Twin DOS. Oh, I guess it's just on normal styling then. Right, that's that. So, for this one, it's Twin DOS, Program Manager. On the ASCO, it's higher water level and anti-crease for no reason, because I know I'm going to just stay in here practically the whole time. So I guess without further ado, 3, 2, 1. Start, bitch. So the ASCO is going to take in cold water, I believe, because I don't know why, but it doesn't take in hot water for the universal wash cycle. I thought that was the fucking hot water pump then. That sounded so similar. There's no specific reason for that either. It just sounded so similar to the hot water pump we have to put up with. Luckily, we're not going to have to put up with that much longer. And with pathetic water pressures, we're going to go for a pressurised tank setup. So hot water's going to be of a way higher pressure, which is good for this, because I am going to upgrade to a WW-V980 WPS instead of this guy. It's been good, but I want an upgrade. I mean, that's understandable. When I saw the W1s at Harrods this time last year, around this kind of time last year, my god, it was gorgeous. You should have seen my fucking face. Is it going to do a power wash phase? That's the question, because I have definitely turned that on for this. I know it's on. I put it on personally. So let's see if it will do a power wash phase. I'm not particularly sure on if it will, but we will see, gents. I believe when you put intensity on, it just does power wash anyway, doesn't it? It might be because I've done short, but when I do get a WWV, I'll be doing like single wash and all the options and stuff on it in here with the ASCO, both on hot water, so it's going to get fun. Because a WWV 980, as standard I believe, it comes as standard now. I'm not particularly sure on the earlier models, but they did come with that is nice and cold. So I think the entire time they came with extra, like a connection for extra water. Like if you were using soft water, pond water, well water, rain water and hot water, they came with like an extra hose. They do come with an extra hose. I'm not too sure on the previous models though. I don't think I've seen it in any parts diagrams. So that sort of reassures me that it isn't possible for it to have any kind of other things going on whatsoever, but I'm still not particularly sure. That is kicking off to a great start in the ASCO as well as the W1. I'm definitely going to be impressed with their performances, let's just say that, because I understand, yes, I used to hate on the ASCO, but it was the fault of Jack, because at the time he was coming over practically every single weekend at the time, and it was a thing of I had to save every last piece of washing for him to do at the weekend, which included everybody's, so I had no time to do anything with my ASCO because I was always on a phone call with him or something, and it annoyed the hell out of me, so it made me hate this, which I paid £1,000 for, and surprisingly I got it 3 days before my birthday, so its 1 year anniversary is the 13th of October 2024, no 2023, it's this year, for fuck's sake. So far in the months I've had it, about 7-8 months now, it's been incredible. That's the pump topping out because Pro Wash has depleted every last bit of water out of itself. That's the fun bit, because when it tops up with water, it tops up with extra water, I think. It's like the W1 when it actually does kick into regular wash. It kicks completely in and adds extra water because it understands that your load is very, very, very absorbent. I wish that ASCO did spin washers, that's the only thing. Dish washers, spin washers, the only thing I wish this thing would do. The W1 actually has an optical interface, which is here, right where my finger is. There's like a little spot on the fascia, on the touchscreen area-ish, and that's where an engineer will place an optical communicator to update the machine's software. That's how incredible they are. I think ASCO, they do some form of a plug-in and update. I don't even know if ASCO do update their software or if they, I think they tell you if there's a new update available, I'm not sure. I haven't seen or heard anything from them aside from my warranty confirmation, so there you are. But when I do get a WWV 980, I am going to see if I can apply for a warranty. It will be boxed, so you'll see an unboxing video. And I have a feeling like it's going to be one on Facebook Marketplace for £1,800, which is worth every penny to me. And then I'll be getting a WTR 860 WPM once I do finally get enough dosh to go. So it'll be an incredible £2,600 endeavour of paying damn near the full price of a WWV 980 brand new. I'm getting a free WTR 860 with it. I save about £2,500 and get myself a free WTR, so win-win. But obviously that's going to come a bit away from now. I am currently saving my money, and I'm saving it well so far. It's only been a week since I've had my money come in from my benefits, and I'm saving okay in comparison to what I'd usually be. So, yeah, that works. And now the ASCO is going to fill up, of course, with cold water, because it has made a decision now. There's 4 minutes between them. The ASCO is actually winning still, which is impressive because when I put them on a half-an-hour cycle for testing yesterday, I think, the W1 won by a mile, but obviously that's the quickness of a Miele in comparison to the actual clean quality of an ASCO. But I'm not saying that my Miele can't clean anything, I'm saying it's faster than the ASCO for a similar cycle, but we'll obviously see how they compare and everything. I'm just waiting for that. There you go. That's your full-on wash action for you. That was universal detergent, I remember that. And it's temp B for the Ascot. I'll tell you what. I wonder if I can see what I've actually selected for Twindos. No, option cannot be changed for this program. Oh, damn it. Hopefully the W1 puts its reset pump on sometime soon, because it'd be good to get all the goodness of the detergent through everything in comparison to it just being a sudsless wasteland. I do believe it's dispensed all 85 millilitres, it's just trying to get them into everything. Just trying to get it into stuff, which I don't really think is working so far, gents. Ice cold still on the Asco, so that's good. Look at that water level. I told you, once it gets the suds barrier on it, you'll see, which is any time around right now. But it will most likely, there you go, that's research. Oh dear God, is it actually going to do a fucking, Jesus, I thought it was actually going to do a spin wash then. It is very impressive when it does them, I will say that for sure. There is genuinely nothing that impresses me more from this W1 than its spin washers, and I just wish it would do them more. But it does distry washers and things perfectly, like you can see here. That looks like clear water. I believe there may be a potential. I did test that Twindos system earlier. It might just be a thing of the laundry being a bit too soiled for the dosage I've set. But Heavy does a pre-wash. I think I selected normal soil. If I've selected light soil, then that's the reason. But I don't believe I have, so I think I'll add a bit of extra detergent to this. And it'll only be about 30 millilitres, but you see the difference quite noticeably. So I will return. Again, I'll move you forward a little bit. But just so you can obviously still see that change. Off to micro. Right, so this is 35 millilitres roughly diluted, so of water with it. So let's rinse that down it, and of course you'll see the difference, I reckon now, because it has a bit more detergent to play with. I'm pretty sure it's system, because I did do cleaning of it earlier. I am quite sure that it's either that or the Twindos system has failed for some unspeakable reason, and that is when I will get to the bottom of it, and that's the bad thing, because then I will have no machine to sell, so hopefully that hasn't happened. If the Twindos system has blocked, then it will be quite a bad time, but I think I'll get it to work again. Just by hopefully flushing it through with a lot of actual hot water and forcing it to take in an entire, container of water, hot water. Obviously venting it every so often should hopefully ensure the system's reliability, but I'm not too sure. I'll get myself a drink because I'm thirsty. Perfection. A 1 litre carton of Ribena. The best thing I think the UK has ever made for a drink that is not carbonated. And it's mainly designed for children. When it's in a carton, it's the best version. When it's in a bottle, it's just boring and dull, but when it's in a carton, you get a glass of sweetness for no reason. I think this is the full reliability of washing machines. 4,000 quid, or 4,200 quid of washing machine in my utility room. Around about the price of a more around a more reasonable price for about a 15-year-old used car is sitting in my utility room. The equivalent of the prices of them brand new. The reality is I got them for 1,500 quid in total. 1,000 quid for the Asco, 540 quid for the Miele, but I round it down to 500. Because why? It basically cost me 490 quid for the actual machine itself. 399 plus 90 for delivery. Just 490 quid, there you go, an extra 50 for the 20 plus cartridges. Ultra Phase 1 and a refill cartridge. My god. And the idiotic woman I sold it to used it incorrectly, probably didn't level it all. And then decided, oh, it's making too much noise and don't get stains gone. Well, she was using Ultra Phase 1 and 2 along with aerial powder in the main wash compartment. It's no bloody wonder why it wasn't exactly getting rid of stains too easily. Probably using Express 20 or something. She claimed she was using cottons, but I don't actually believe her because, well, you've bought a machine second hand on eBay for 480 quid, which is your idea. You've had it delivered to your house, you haven't come and seen it personally. I mean, you only live in Birmingham, it's only like a 2.5 hour drive. But now, you know, stupid is as stupid does. She's gone to a delivery agency, had it picked up by a delivery agency, of course. So I saw it go said goodbye, you know, took a picture of it, and that's my YouTube post, and then all of a sudden it's back here in my utility room again because an idiotic woman couldn't decide to keep it. I'm guessing she just said that it wasn't removing stains as a main thing, just to take it back because she was regretting the deal due to the manufacturing defect of the springs, which was not my fault whatsoever. I just informed her of the issue, which wasn't my fault, and nor did I have anything to do with the issue at all. I just decided it was not worth fixing because it would just happen again. So, of course, got the machine back from Birmingham, gave her her money back. I mean, eBay held my funds because eBay is stupid, and I decided then to just give her the extra 92 quid she'd paid to get it to her house in Birmingham back to her as well because, duh, I guess it's a courtesy, but to be honest I shouldn't have. I should have realistically just left it and not given her money back and closed my eBay account or something. Because I do not like people who do that to me. I feel like I've just been scammed out of 92 quid and had to drive to Birmingham for a machine that I'd sold to someone under good intentions. But I'm the judge of that, I suppose, because I've actually done it. And no one behind a phone or a computer can realistically judge me for that. Fuck 'em. But yeah, I don't particularly care on that. Nor do I particularly care what's going on with me and Jack. I'm just telling the truth about it, even though he has cried wolf and he's gone to my mother and my father saying that I've said things that were not true. I've just told the entire truth. I've not been able to go out with friends recently due to him. Well, throughout about a year of us being in a relationship, I wasn't allowed to go out with any friends. And when he got friends at college, he would, when we were going to meet during break time, he would just drop off and leave me, so that just gives you enough of an opinion on him. I blocked him on every single form of social media I followed him on and been friends and everything on, followed him in general. I blocked his new boyfriend, who's 20 and should know better, from social media as well. I blocked his both phone numbers of both him and his boyfriend, so I blocked 2 phone numbers in total. And yeah, whilst I was getting the ASCO in the house about 2 or 3 days ago, his boyfriend gave me a phone call. Obviously Jack had given me his phone number, had decided to obviously ring me when I wasn't particularly interested in going anywhere. Decided to tell me they were going to a York Railway Museum, I should get my ass down there and come with them or else something. I can't remember what. It wasn't a threat or anything, it was just annoying in general. But that's not the point. The opening line of it was, this entire phone call was, "Hello Matthew, we got your phone number from the sex offenders registry." In reference to an earlier incident I will not disclose whatsoever, which is arguably one of the most traumatic experiences a man can go through in a relationship, aside from being cheated on. Let's be honest, you can think of it for yourself, I'm pretty sure you'll figure it out. It was false, of course, and any claim he makes of this, which you can probably already guess, is not true. And he's just a childish loser who should know better, and he's obviously playing the victim card here, completely and utterly, saying it's all my fault that this relationship is over with. And, well, The relationship being ended was his idea, not mine. I just agreed with him. I've gone through physical abuse with him before, which was him going at me first, practically every single time. In fact, it was every single time. And me, in self-defense, fighting back. He does have a vulnerability in his headlocks, which I will actually publicly disclose, because no one's ever going to really get put in a headlock. But if you do see this video and you do meet him in person and he does do that, he steps off to the side, use your elbow in his solar plexus, it'll win the fuck out of him. I've never done that before, and let's be honest, I have thought about it, but I never have, because I loved him. But obviously his idea of love is different to mine. My idea of love is cherish the person for who they are, and then stay with them for the rest of their life, or till death do you part, or until they cheat on you. And his idea of love is control them, make sure that they are continuously controlled, and then when they break out of the idea of control and go out with their friends, you decide to then make a fuss about it. Later on, whilst you are elsewhere, go on a trip with a friend, which would later become his boyfriend, and then, of course, not return to the original place, which in this case was a hotel room we were staying at for one night for a birthday treat of his. And yeah, so I had to go down to York train station to go and find him and this fucking guy. And then it was a whole load of bullshit. At least I had a reasonable time. And then the first thing he decided to do when he came back, because I went home earlier than he did because he wanted to stay out with this guy. I'm pretty sure I probably got cheated on then, let's be honest. He comes back, the first thing he does is have a big moan and gripe and complain about me and how I haven't switched all the lights on in the garage. That little of a thing. That pathetic of a little thing. And no, I don't care if you're watching this, Jack. You can run off to my mum and dad. I don't give a flying fuck. Because you are a lying, cheating little fuckwit who, quite frankly, doesn't really give a shit on what he does to people. Also, to this new guy who is his boyfriend, please just be warned, man, if you get into physicals with him, beat the fuck out of him in self-defense or leave, I don't care which. I'm not involved in this, just use your fists, buddy, get the fuck out of there. Or just leave him, simple. And if he harasses you, block him on everything and make sure he doesn't turn up to your house. But unfortunately, in my case, he is going to show up to my house because he has all of his washers here, all of his stuff here, all of his street lamps, which all he is literally, what he's done with those is he's just stuck them in my loft and left them there, basically. And if he doesn't collect his washers within a certain time frame, which would be a month, 2 months or something, then I'm just going to claim those mine and smash them to pieces on video. Because that's the price you pay when you fuck around with my life like that. 2 years and 6 months, he claims it's 4. Bullshit, I did not know him whatsoever before lockdown. So 2021, March 14th, we got together. Right? And then a couple of weeks ago, he decides all that bullshit, breaks up with me, blah 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 blah, gets my boyfriend over one weekend and is complete not a fuckboy and just a player in general. And whatever, but the thing is, I only knew him for a couple of months before I actually started to date him properly. So I've only known him realistically since the start of 2021, so I can mess around with that theory. I've only known him for about 2.5 years. Might have been the end of 2020 to start of 2021, but I've known him for 2 years and 6 months roughly. So you can fuck around with that. Oh, I've known him for 4 years, you haven't. Yeah, so he's taken a lot of joy out of everything. I can't really seem to go in my own garage anymore without being continuously reminded of his misdeeds and his abuse in every single way, way and form, whatever way, shape and form. There you go. Because most of it happened in there. It's more of a bit of a thing of post-traumatic stress disorder, realistically, I'd say. And I'm not even going to claim anything other than that because, to be quite honest, it gives me flashbacks and it legitimately makes me shake going in there because I feel like all of somebody is going to show up behind me and do something. And understandably, I'm paranoid. I've been paranoid since my first year of college, realistically, of anybody outside of my house because of a fella who threatened to kill me. This is a different story. This was my first year in college. I was only about a couple of months into it. And no, I was a few weeks into it, realistically. It was very early on. But I met this fella who I became friends with. He was a piece of shit, legitimately. The most scumbag kind who only cares about himself, not controlling in any way or anything, but just a complete idiot who was going to get somebody killed. He carried around a knife with him, and he showed me it at a shopping centre. So, for some reason, unknown to me even, and unknown to science, unknown to the rest of the world, myself, everyone included in this entire scenario, I kept that a secret for 3 weeks. I think mainly because I actually believed he was going to kill me, because he said I was the only one who had seen it thus far. I was the only one who was going to ever see it, because he trusted me so much and all that, and if he found, obviously, if anyone snitched, which was just me, or at least I believed it was just me, he was going to come to my house and kill me. Now, people can find addresses pretty easily. Fake accounts on platforms that show locations that you just accept, and then they come over and they kill you at some point. But obviously this didn't happen because I asked a person who would later become my best friend, genuinely my best friend, who is still my best friend to this day, and I speak to him on a regular occasion. He said that him and his entire banding group of mates had seen the knife at that time, or at a similar time, or within a similar time frame at that moment, you know, roughly around a week or so before, or you know, before I told him, and it was 4 of them. Actually, no, it was 5 of them, I think, I believe. So I eventually grouped up with them after I obviously told college about this guy having a knife, and that was the end of that. So I then became friends with a group of 5, and one of them has moved on with college and is going to a different college, and we don't speak to him anymore. But he's been an okay friend. He's more of the guy that just doesn't show up, but he used to answer messages every so often. It was sort of alright. And then I've got another friend who has dropped out of college, but we luckily do still speak to him. He had a bit of an altercation with another friend over a girl, but now it's all getting easier and better, and I think I'll see him soon. So obviously this entire thing caused me a lot of paranoia with the knife incident. So now every single time it's night time and the garage lights get switched off by me, I am instinctively staring down the driveway in fight or flight mode every single time in complete paranoia. Now the thing is, with whatever condition I have, I believe I might not just have Asperger's, I may have some form of paranoia of some kind, but I scan any area I'm in almost like some kind of a Terminator robot, with objects and things getting significantly highlighted. It's something with autism, and also the fact that I can just process things incredibly fast sometimes. And of course that happens every single time that I've had to be open my eyes in a city centre because I'm looking around everywhere. But that's besides the point. I look around for my surroundings to see if there's anyone there, especially at night when I'm by myself in an area that is obviously not public, you know, like my house. It's private, of course. But obviously I'm looking around everywhere, seeing if there's anyone who might be down the street or anything, behind, you know, down the side of cars, in my garden, and everything, and I just keep looking down there, and obviously there's no one there every single time, because who would really want to just do anything to me? I pose no threat, and to be quite honest, I might make people mad, but they can get mad, I don't care. Obviously, yeah, I have a lot of demons, trust issues from Jack, from false friends like Callum Woodsford. So yeah, trust issues, that's my life. Boyfriend of 2 years or just over 2 years, has officially decided to call it quits, whilst also betraying me behind my back multiple billions of times, and, well, losing trust in someone you loved is a tragic thing for any person. And for anyone who has been told that they are being cheated on and it's a lie, confronted the person about it and they are genuinely sorry, forgive them. But if they do it again, obviously, you know, go ahead and say that's it, finish with. But yeah, that's that. And if you are mildly curious and you do go ahead and check your partner's devices for anything, and you do find something that is cheating, you know, like sexting or anything like that, just leave them. Don't make a fuss about it. You know, if you've moved into their house, grab your stuff and leave. If they're in yours, pack their stuff up and put it out the front and send them a text message, block the number, lock your doors, and turn your phone off, you're inaccessible, or just blast a shit ton of music as fast as you possibly can. That's what I seem to do when I'm stressed. You'll see my new little mini mashup of Whoops by, I can't remember the artist, and Steep Thought, a remix by Synchrotron. I know I didn't exactly get that cue perfectly synced with Synchrotron, with Deep Thought, but fuck it. It's good enough mashup for me, or bootleg. I don't particularly care, it's good enough. I just decided to post it because I thought it sounded cool. Because I heard another edit, which is from a Thunderdome video, 25 Years of Hardcore, 2017, and it's the opening track, really. And it's that track, which is called Whoops by, again, I can't remember the bloody artist, Into the First Rebirth by Jones and Stephenson, and it's been featured on an Instagram audio, and I thought, where's this come from? So I searched it, and it popped up, and then there's a full length video which got just about as many views as the actual original audio clip, so I decided to post my own edited version, or my own version with a different track instead of the First Rebirth, so that's that. But yeah, that was fun. That was a fun little 15-20 minutes of messing around on Virtual DJ on Windows, which I do a lot. But yeah, if anybody does really if anyone does really want to know the story, I will tell you that in my own time, of course. Right now isn't specifically the time to tell the full story in its full depth. That's once Jack's entirely gone out of my life and I'm free to talk about it completely. And I understand Jack is potentially going to make a video. I doubt it though, it's just probably not going to happen, because of course the thing is, he will play victim, make false claims, and all of a sudden it's me who's getting messages, threats and everything else from people who've been brainwashed into thinking he is correct. But the thing is, he has an ex-boyfriend as well, who is a friend of mine now, and his ex-boyfriend has said some relatively similar things to what I've been saying about him in this video. how he was incredibly pathetic, controlling, and also was sending nude images to people behind his back and things. And I think he broke up with Jack due to his mental health going down the drain, which was very sad, but obviously he's okay enough now, I suppose. But he does have his bad days, everyone has their bad days. But here's a major thing. Jack used to have mental breakdowns. I'm putting that into air quotes because obviously a true mental breakdown is where you get too overwhelmed with everything, you cannot process any information, or you're overwhelming, or the thing that's overwhelming you causes you to go essentially insane. That's what happened to my dad about 7 years ago, and the dad I know now is not the dad I knew back then, but I can assure you it is just getting better most of the time. Everyone has he has his down days, but that's understandably his mental health crisis still affecting him to this day. But that's besides the point. Jack claimed he had mental breakdowns and things, but the thing is, when I had them in front of me, the reality was he just flopped over like a 5-year-old when he just kind of has enough. You know how little children just sort of lay on the floor or something and just stay motionless because they just had enough of the night. Well, I'm just going to lay here and just let the thoughts go away. And then he'd get up after about 5 or 10 minutes and then be absolutely fine. And then the only reason why I did it was to get what he wanted, which usually I'd end up giving to him or doing for him or whatever. But he also used self-harm and suicide conversations and things like that, like he threatened to harm himself and commit suicide and all sorts of things when I didn't do things, which is genuine abuse, like it's mental abuse. I've talked about the physical abuse. He'd punch me, he'd slap me, he'd get me in headlocks, he'd do things like that, and he'd kick me. And usually it was in response to me hurting him entirely accidentally, with genuinely no coincidence. Like, I'd brush past him with something, or I'd accidentally, step on his foot or something, and his immediate response was physical violence, which I wouldn't do, because if someone were to brush up against me quite harshly and hurt me, I'd be like, okay, fine, well, whatever. And if someone wants to step on my foot, obviously I'd say, ow, probably hold my toe for a couple of seconds, start swearing like a sailor, and then just say it's completely fine, I'm fine, get on with whatever it was, and you're fine and dandy, there's no trouble. But his idea of he's hurt me is get physically abusive. So that's what he did. But my obvious response was, in self-defense, to become physically involved with the situation as well, but that is in self-defense. But the issue is he was using tactics like pulling my hair and things that do not leave a single mark, and in general being so incredibly violent towards me. I didn't want to do anything with him whatsoever, and yeah, it was not fun. But obviously there's a million and one other things that he has tried to do, he has done, mainly to make me stressed, make me believe that everything is worse than it really is, because he tops it up a notch and makes me believe things. He has falsely stated that his parents were abusive. Untrue. They are genuinely the nicest people I've ever met, and they would not lay a finger on him. I understand that because I've been to his house, and trust me, if they were abusive towards him, they'd be abusive towards me. And the reality is, they are the nicest people I have ever met. And so are his grandparents and everybody from his family and all that, and in general, they're just very nice people. His grandparents most likely understand the kind of monster he is, the same with his parents, all of his ex-boyfriends, of course, understand what kind of a monster he is. The same with me, and anybody who does watch this channel that is an ex-boyfriend of Jack's, of course, tell me your experience, and end of conversation, you know, I'll reply to you and everything. And yeah, that's the end of it. But obviously, there's been a lot of stuff that's gone on in the past few weeks, and I've just obviously decided to tell you guys because it's in my own best interests. It's in all of, realistically, it's within all of your best interests as well, because you may be wondering where has Jack gone within the past few weeks. So this is why he's gone, as I've told you, and there are more reasons that I will discuss at a significantly later date once he's gone and once I have genuinely got zero possible contact with him online or in person, anything at all. So that is that. But in the meantime, gentlemen, aside from my own issues with my personal life, do enjoy my 4,000 quid washer setup in here because, fuck's sake, it's amazing. I wonder what temperature we're doing now. That's doing about 40-ish. And this is blazing. Jesus Christ. I don't really know if this MTC sensor is fully working. I think that's 40 instead of 60. I might actually have to get another NTC for this at some point. I believe I need to. It was a genuine Miele part number, but I'll get it straight from Miele this time. I don't actually have a temp gun in here, but forget it, it's okay. I don't particularly mind, I can just read it on the back of my hand, who cares. I understand what 40 feels like, I understand what 60 and up to 60 degrees or 70 feels like. Anything higher than that, I'm not going to be able to keep my hand on it. You can try, but, well, I can try, but not going to, no. There's zero chance whatsoever I'm going to be able to keep my entire hand on something that's over about 70 degrees Celsius. Just no way. But other than that, obviously everything so far is the most perfectly functional setup. The only problem with the previous setup was the W916. It did have a leak, and I believe it's coming from the jet system. I'm going to actually entirely revamp this jet system as well, so that it has a longer range from the drain pump to the recirculation pump in between, and then I'm going to do all of the hoses and everything and all the connections, make everything absolutely perfect, and then hopefully create some jets as well. Because my dad's got a 3D printer, so I might make some form of a complete jet system from that somehow. Which I think will be fun. Look at that fucking recirculation system. It's got such a good scattering effect. It like widens its range the entire way through. It's ridiculous. It's so insanely cool. It's 12:30 at night, and I have nothing to do other than watch my pride and joys. My prides and joys. Today's been an okay day. I've had no actual contact from Jack, aside from him telling my mother about my Discord chats, telling everyone the truth about it. Funny how that happens. I told the Discord server about my abuse from him and everything, and they all agreed with me that what he was doing was genuinely controlling and everything. So yeah. I will bet there is going to be some form of a harassment campaign, which includes police. That's probably going to be sent to my door at some point, probably a cease and desist, or he'll sue me for defamation of character or something, or get me for false abuse charges that are entirely untrue. Yeah. He can try, but it'll work against me. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering what my ring light's actually running, it's this. A cable off of a phone charger, completely wired into the entire thing, so I can't change the brightness, nor can I do anything else. So it's ring light on or ring light off. Yeah, not particularly fun, but it works, so fuck it. You're going to see more of that until it decides to actually officially die. The LEDs aren't really warm or anything, it'll be fine. Oh, this is gorgeous. 2 minutes in between them, the Asco's actually going to win this, I believe. Well, because of heavy items, suds-locks, and because of heavy items, rebalancing attempts, and also because of heavy items, limited speed spins, and then the Miele's going to win. But, gentlemen, we'll see about that. An hour and 9 minutes versus an hour and 12, I think. Eventually, we will see the Asco drain potentially first, I'd say, and then maybe MV on 62nd. Be about 45, but it's still quite obvious that the temperature sensor is faulty. And I will change it before anything else. Oh my god, eco feedback. Let's see that. 0.7 kilowatt hours, 14 litres, costing me 32 pence so far. Yeah. a 7 on both. It appears that the ASCO might be holding time. But it does that sometimes, or practically every cycle really. It does hold time at certain points, then it can actually fully finish either a wash or a heating phase. Well, that's definitely at 60. There's no way it's heating too much further. But there is a possibility it is. And then the W1, of course, is blazing. Attempting to blaze. It's not going too well. I think I may potentially somehow find the original temperature sensor of it, and then I will refit that. Or maybe I'll find one off the indices. Either way, I'll find a temperature sensor that will go in, put it in, and then hope and pray something that it will heat all the way to an assigned temperature, which will be 60 degrees Celsius on the dot. We'll see. If it was like 57 or 56, that's entirely fine with me. It'll be a cycle where heating is mainly prioritised, you know, like cottons on minimum iron with short or something. I think temperature increase is on as well as hygiene on this machine, so it should heat all the way, but for some odd reason it isn't, even though eco mode is most certainly not engaged on this. Also, any energy saving function is just deleted from complete and utter existence on this. It has no way of actually saving energy. It just tells you what you're using, which is good, because then you can obviously tell how much energy you've actually used, but realistically this machine saves no energy, no water. I've set it up like that, and you can set up the Miele like that, any Miele at all, so that it can have the maximum heating power on 240 volts of 3000 watts. It can be either from two 120 volt elements set up in series, or it can be from a single monstrosity from the W400 series, the early W400 series. I don't mean the mid-2000s rerun, I mean the originals. 240 volts, 3000 watts in one heating element. And yeah, I think the WS5405, 5406 and 5408 have those set up so that they can run 3-phase if they're running both heaters, or single phase if they're running a single one, because you can just set it up like that, where you can also set it up so that the machine will run single phase at 32 amps. It's so flexible with that. Any Miele you can run, in theory, because every Miele has an option. If it has a scroll menu or any kind of a heater rating option, it can run a maximum of either 4,200 or 5,300 watts in the United Kingdom on a 32 amp single phase supply. In the USA, on a 2-phase 240 watt supply at 60 Hz, it can run 8,100 watts. I don't know anything on how the fuck you are supposed to get that, whether there's some form of a very specialised tub or front plate that you can fit, where you can fit specialised heating elements of 4,050 watts apiece, and you can get 2 of them, or it's a single 8,100 watt monstrosity or what, but they have that option for 8.1 kilowatts of heating power. Yes, it's a real thing. It's on Touch Strike's videos of his W3033 on service mode, programming mode. It's like pure insanity. Like, I can't even begin to explain the madness of that, but whatever you would run would, if that were to short out to Earth, I think your electric box or your consumer unit would potentially explode. Like if the live and neutral shorted out, I genuinely think there would be an explosion from either the machine or some other form of electrical equipment. It wouldn't be a thing of, oh yeah, this is going to just trip a breaker or an RCB or an RCD or something, or an RCBO. This is going to make something physically explode with overclock. I understand, yes, electrical equipment is tested to ridiculous amounts, but I'd say a short circuit at 8 kilowatts would just make something explode physically. It would make any actual component involved in supplying that power explode. Like, I can understand everything like, you know, substations, no, they wouldn't have anything at all. There'd be nothing whatsoever make those go bang unless something massive at stupidly high currents or voltages down their end would make anything happen. But something at a house end having 8,000 watts touch together, it would probably just explode in my head for no specific reason. No, I've never actually had that happen, but I have had 2.5 kilowatts trip the electrics once. That was the 9544. Mid-wash, the heater popped out while still on, made an enormous bang on the circuit breaker. It was actually incredible. Surprisingly, the machine still worked. It's actually completely fine, as it happens. There's no issues, aside from the rear bearing. So, I'm going to replace it with a set of SKFs because, fuck it, I don't care. But yeah, it was a huge boom. But yeah, fun stuff working on machines. Hell, I've even shocked myself with an inlet valve multiple times because I'm stupid enough to touch live contacts while it's on. 240 volts has run through me a few times, and to be honest, it's not very fun. And it tingles for about 3 or 4 hours afterwards. But if it's high voltage and you hang on to it, well, you're going to end up with electrical burns. As well as that, you're going to end up with severe nerve damage. As well as that, you could end up having a heart attack from it, probably. Along with that, yeah, there's a very, very high possibility of you just ending up 6 foot down in the ground in a wooden box. Like, don't fuck around with electrical stuff, kids, if it's more than, like, lithium-ion batteries. I get having one of those explode could burn your house down, which is another thing, but lithium ions is where I'd really draw the line. That's also why I obviously haven't done anything with this phone charger other than cut the end off and put some wires together and secure it with sellotape. If those short out, the phone charger can actually, of course, deal with that and not short out 240 volts because there's systems in place, there's circuit boards and things in there that prevent 240 volts from actually contacting each other via a 5-volt line shorting out, which is good. But yeah, there you go. I mean, there's nothing there. I mean, the ring light's still on and everything, but there you are. So the full potential power of a Miele is anywhere from 2,100, well, essentially it's 1,100 watts, or 1,150 actually, to 8,100 watts of heating power across the globe. That's domestic. Commercial is kind of another thing. I think it's like 5,300, like 4,200, all the way to like 33 kilowatts. Which, by the way, if you're wondering, if you want to get a 32 kilo commercial machine, which costs you about 50,000 quid, you can fucking put it on your goddamn single phase in your house. You need 80 amps of the shit, but yeah, fuck it. I mean, I've got a washer in the garage that's got the capacity, like, I have no fucking idea. The average is like 52 or 54 litres of 7 kilo, and that's an average household machine nowadays. Into 320, that's what, like 6 or 7 times larger. Yeah, I've got a machine like 6 or 7 times larger than the average machine, or something. Yeah, let me just go ahead and supply 80 amps to it. It's fine. But like, it's possible. That's the madness about it. You can genuinely supply 240 volt single phase, 50 hertz, to a 32 kilo industrial machine. If you wanted to, you could build yourself something in your garage, or in some part of your house, where you can set up a barrier washer. And I believe that will also take you 80 amps of power to do. At the same time, A, who the fuck's going to spend 50,000 quid, dollars or euros or whatever, on a Miele PW? Second, who in the fuck is going to be mental enough to actually have the machine in their house? And 3, who in the fuck is going to be nuts enough to actually run that shit on a power supply in their fucking household? Like, I understand, yeah, the water and everything else, pretty simple, just 2 colds and a hot, because 1 cold soft water connection, you don't actually need it. But, yeah, the reality is, you can do this shit. And, for some reason, Miele kind of gave you the option to fucking do it. You just need 50,000 quid, a flatbed fucking lorry, and, well, some serious electrical connections in your house and a will to live, because trust me, the cost of living crisis will crush your ass. Well, no, actually, if you're wanting to pay about as much for a relatively, like, a midline spec'd out BMW, just for a commercial or industrial washing machine, I don't think money would really be too much of a concern to you, to be quite honest. I mean, that's true, isn't it? If you're going to pay 50,000 quid for a machine, I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious that you're going to have 0 fucks about what amount of electricity it uses. That's true, isn't it? I mean, come on, 50,000 quid for a washer, and then you're paying practically pocket change, what you got it for your electric bills. I mean, that's 100% the truth. I mean, your electric and your water bills, it don't matter at that point. And I think, oh, impressively it's decided to actually abandon that one. I think it would have spun that. I feel like it probably would have spun that, really. Yeah, it's going to keep doing this, and it's going to be like, no, fuck this, I'm good, just go for it, just like, move over there or something. It's a W1, I don't understand the sound to it. It's supposed to be one that just abandons every single spin and just decides to rebalance, but no, it's actually being a real Miele for once. It's actually not deciding to This load is weird because it does have heavy bits in it and light bits and all sorts that make it a general load, but it's like a third the average size, so of course it's going to be fucking all over the place. I was just about to say, go on, spin that, let's have a party, but no, it's not going to. The Asco's almost tapped the sides on distribution a few times notably, which is funny. But it also terrified me because my Asco's not supposed to do that. Obviously it abandoned every single one, it's like, no. I'm not going to hop off my fucking suspension brakes for this shit. Fuck no. But this W1, it does not care. It's like, we do not care. It doesn't give a shit. It will probably spin that. Go on, son. Do it. Come on, don't be a bitch. It's being a bitch. Update, it's being a bitch. Okay, it's actually doing balancing trash for the first time in here. It was actually put in the house yesterday thanks to my gorgeous sack trolley, which is like a flatbed convertible. It's amazing. Less than £7 I've ever spent. 107 quid, not 170. 107 pounds GDP I spent on that thing. Or GBP, whatever. It's just amazing. It's the coolest thing I've ever bought. Because it allows me to transport anything we wish, anywhere, in any circumstance, really. I love it. I like big butts, and I can't not lie. I mean, come on, you don't love a big ass. I do. Did you hear that little belt slip? It's a bit excited. Damn. It actually did a little belt slip. God damn. It really did officially decide to stop that quickly. That's really only the shit that the big whirlpool does. Damn. I mean, that big whirlpool is, when it does a spin brake, spin brakes on the, from 100 RPM, oh no, from like 50 RPM to 0. I'll exaggerate, it's more like about 20 RPM to 0, but the stop is so abrupt and so sharp that it just goes and slips about. Like, it's an instantaneous lock of the motor. That's what I love about it. And yes, where's Phil? This is what I wish it did. Just spin washers on cottons more often. I should really check to see if it actually will. I should really check to see if it actually does have the calibration switched on. I did switch it on a while back, but I don't know if it's not active, so I'll check that once this video's done. 5 minutes between the opposite direction, jeez. Don't worry, that's not random for the actual machine. That's what I mean. So don't you folks worry about that. This is actually very balanced. Obviously there's a bit of minor vibration because this thing's on a raised floor, what the hell do you expect? But at the same time, damn, it's really smooth. about 1,000 RPM turn. Smooth as silk. Obviously when I do get a WWV 980 it's going to be a little bit louder because they don't have silent pumps. Only one very minor little gripe I have about them really. Aside from the price tag, well that's just top of the line Miele is what you expect. But the only little thing is obviously just the fact that they haven't used inverter pumps, that's what I don't understand. Going back to noisy pumps, who really cares? It's still an amazing machine. I do believe they have gone back to using silent pumps, potentially, but I don't know, so that's that. They produced this model for 4 years, actually, near enough 5 years so far, and ever since there's not been particularly many issues, aside from the odd, well, aside from a few people getting F20, having an engineer visit to probably replace Easyon due to an actual factory error. That happened to Josh with his WCR 860, I think. It's the second top of the line machine to the WWV 980, and he had an F20 fault pop up, and he had to get something. I can't remember if it was a software update or an actual physical tear down and a replacement of a heating element or a thermostat or something. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it was a software issue, but either way, correct me of course, because I'm not too sure of the two. I believe it was actually a part failure, but it might have been a software error, which Miele came out and fixed. But there's a remote update with those. They have an integrated Wi-Fi module. This machine does not have that. You actually have to buy a full lock which connects into the back of the machine, which gives it Wi-Fi connectivity, which is a bit annoying, but I don't have that. Kind of wish I did, because then I'd be able to sell it for a bit more. But you know, WWV 980 WPSs and every other machine that's now in the range, I believe, is connectable to Wi-Fi to start the machine. Anything with like mobile stars, which is very fun. Load the machine, start it whatever time I wish, and whenever or whatever, it's done. Simple. There's a little thing add options that the machine can't do. It's like a Lego Atlas, which I will eventually get my minutes on. Don't you guys worry, because I am going to get my minutes on Lego Atlas. Top of the line, of course, from wherever I get it from. It'll be in the significant future, of course, but fuck it. Does it look like I gave it a go? No, because I don't. Yeah. So, plans worked out. Miele WWV 980, Miele WTR at 60 WPS, and probably another 75S along with the T366 dryer, because I do not give a fuck. I will have the room eventually because Jack's going and he's taking 5 whole washers with him. So I have 5 more spots. The thing is, it's not because of the washing machines, trust me, it's because of everything else. So I'm happy about the washer space, but trust me, this entire thing has been very traumatic for me. And I believe I have some form of PTSD from it, or some kind of other mental illness from all the abuse that I have suffered. I'm not going to make this whole big situational drama about it either, I'm just going to keep it to myself. Really, on that kind of thing. I'm not going to go ahead and say, oh my god, I walked into the arm and had a big moment or something. I'm just going to keep it to myself. I'm not going to do anything about it, I'm not going to post about it or anything. It's just going to be my thing that I will have by myself, and I suppose if it does become a severe issue, I'll go and seek help. I will need. Japanese therapy, it's obvious, but that's not my decision or anything, that's his decision, and yeah, his therapist is obviously going to tell him what he needs to hear. Not that I've already said what he needs to hear. He needs to stop being such a pathetic wank stain and grow up, but there you are. If he does ever get stuck into a therapist's office, my God, it's going to make him a millionaire because they're going to fucking get every last bit of dosh out of him. I hope he gets sectioned under the metal health and sent off to Broadmoor because it's where he belongs, really, to me. He's dead to me. Yeah. The guy I used to love about 3 weeks ago. Sad, isn't it? Oh well. When he did leave, I did eventually, of course, realise, not that I'd already had, but I tried to change it, I tried to make him a better person, but nah, little shit just decides now I'm doing that, I'll make it worse. So yeah, he's childish, pathetic, and every other name under the sun I wish to call him, which will get me demonetised and probably arrested, but I do not care. But there you are. 5 minutes in the opposite direction. I wonder how the ASCO is going to deal with this, because it's at 45 minutes and the W1's at 40 minutes. This has actually been a very okay wash race so far. And I think I made the darks in a W1 on minimum iron at 40 or something like quick power wash. It's going to pop up with the cleaning message. You have to do 90 and you can't do anything else until you've done 90. You bitch. But obviously, I can't use machine clean because Miele. There's no reason for it, but it decides that when it wants to be cleaned, it will say cotton's 90, and if I try to start machine clean, it's like, you can't do that. I'm not gonna let you. You can't do that. I'm a man of science. You can't do that to me. But yeah, it's a bitch sometimes, but hey, it's more tolerable than what I've currently been through with. Yeah, more tolerable than Jack in every single possible way. I get I might want to use it and it like pops up with cotton's 90, but fuck it, it's fun. I don't give a fuck. Just a couple of hours, I can use it. Simple shit. I think the ASCO is just going to shake the utility room to fucking pieces. Which I will probably start to laugh at, but also be mildly terrified. Oh well. Yeah, we're just going to do some unbalanced spin attempts. You'll be like, ooh, I'm going to jump. It doesn't. ASCOs don't jump. Well, these ASCOs don't fucking jump. Unless their suspension legs are worn. Trust me, this thing, suspension legs perfectly fine. 3D sensor is off. No more bullshit. He's just spin. I do want you to, so like, can you please? It will eventually, I believe. Oh, slow down a little. No, it's abandoned it. Oh no. Well, it does mean that the ASCO may perhaps somehow win. But obviously, Miele's are designed differently to ASCOs, where they're actually obviously built to take bigger imbalances and they're meant to go more utterly mental, whereas an ASCO is supposed to be practically perfectly balanced, and there can't be much that goes wrong because of their obviously different design and everything, and vibration will significantly affect them, like any machine. So obviously ASCO keeps their balancing more sort of sensitive to counteract the significant issues, which is obviously just the Quattro system. It has its flaws, but it's any machine. Every machine has its fucking flaws. The only thing I don't like about the Asco is that it doesn't actually have an option to add steam. That's the only issue. I'd like an actual steam program with a steam generator. Holy shit, the Asco's draining. Be prepared for a little bit of balancing trash, but not much. I don't think. At the same time, get ready for some sorts. It is going to be many of them, I think. I don't really think there's been that many loads that haven't sudslocked in this Asco so far, so yeah. We'll see that now. Houston, that bitch gonna sudslock. It's gonna do it. It's literally creating a foam curtain on distribute. It is going to fucking do it. Gentlemen, there is no other option. It is going to, it's not gonna spew. Oh, hold on, straight back on that. Technically already sudslocked. Oh! It abandoned that burst, okay. Now we get to see the the redistribution, which it will do a billion more times until it officially gets its balance perfect and it goes for it. I think it'll only be like 1 or 2 attempts. Because it's a load that I think can balance quite well. It's all heavy. And I think they all weigh a similar amount of wet, and it's just the distribution that it has to get right. Every load, you just have to get the distribution correct and then you're fine. Unless it's a single bath mat or a single towel or something heavy that's by itself, that's when obviously you need to rebalance a lot and then eventually balance spins and things. But of course, there's no problem with that, it's just that you've loaded it like that. Going very unbalanced, and as I stated, sudslock. Gentlemen, that is liquid detergent again. Those are not particularly thick because liquid detergent, once again, I believe it may pump that out. Not too sure, but if that goes to 1200 and pumps it out, I'm going to have a celebration because that's what it does on a lot now. And I like it. It's got its balancing perfect. Spun quite a lot of the water out, so I do believe it will try it again. There you go. Second attempt. Second burst. Significant sudslock there. And it cuts out. Again, it may go into anti-suds, which will take a lot of time and probably means that the W1 will genuinely win on the premise of time. But there's only a 6-minute difference, so the Asco will potentially make it up by just going for it a third time and figuring out its problems later, which will be interesting. But we'll see what happens so far. Well, we'll see what will happen and what will happen in the future. Third attempt. Going for it this time, gents. There you go, that's the increase. It's decided, fuck this, I'm gonna take it. Let's see what it has. Oh, it's really over it this time, folks. That's what a commercial JLA looks like when I overdose the fuck out of it with person or area. Genuinely. But it's more watered down. Oh my god, that is That is fucking incredible. How has it actually decided to take that? That's about 800 RPM. Or thereabouts. It's holding as well. Hopefully it doesn't come out, it just gets rid of it. It doesn't seem to be letting up though, because there's something at the same time. Very thick, very unmanageable, and as a salt blade, it's a lot of foam, it's very unmanageable. Unless it's an i5, because they don't give a fuck. Those are designed to sudslock anyway, they just don't care. They will run at 1000 RPM sudslock in their hearts out for ages. They just don't give a fuck. Modern machines are there. Motors, control boards. Oh, I got a saw. I'm going to throw up. i5 or WM series. I don't care, man. Here we go. This Asker is an embodiment of those because it doesn't care about sudslock too much. It cares about unbalanced spins. And there you have it. The cutout. Or emergency rinse. It's gonna sit there for a bit and then it's actually just gonna fill and then drain and dilute suds that way. It's not like a hot point where it just sits there and adds a shitload of time on. Like 5 minutes goes on to like an hour and 15 or something. So the Miele's probably going to win. 7 minutes between them. Yeah, it's quite obvious at this point. But I'm not going to end the video just because I know the Miele's going to win. I'm going to, obviously, I'm not that kind of an idiot or an arsehole. I'm going to let you guys watch this entire thing because, well, it's the curiosity, isn't it? Whatever happens during a wash race, you got to film because shit just. This is going to happen a hell of a lot more, of course. I am going to film a lot more solo vids, wash race vids. I have so much more free time to do them and everything else. It is genuinely good. But at the same time, of course, I am going to get into a relationship with somebody who I actually do trust and not someone who will break my heart like he has. First serious relationship, and that's how it ends. Here's my introduction to the gay scene, I suppose. It doesn't change my preference or anything. It just makes me understand there are people out there who are just as bad as some, there's guys out there just as bad or significantly worse than females, Oh, it didn't even reattempt that, just flew into the rinse. 8 minutes between them. That's a high water level rinse as well. I'm not using any boundaries on here. Because it'll only use that on the final rinse. And by that point, it's sudslocked every single time before then, or waterlocked. No reason to add fabrics on that. Because, well, towels, I don't care, I've never had a problem with that fabrics on the towels, but in general, there's no point in having fabrics on because I actually want to watch sudslock. They don't get boring unless they just extend on for an excessive amount of time. Until the machine just gives up, and then it's funny because, haha, pussy, machine gave up, lol, couldn't even spin a thick as much sudslock as like whipped cream, bitch. But, I'm not that idiot. Oh my god, I'm so gonna overdose on the water some point. I am going to put such a retarded amount of detergent in there. I am going to fucking laugh throughout the entire thing almost. Ooh, did you see that little trick I just pulled? A shitload of torque, it just drops it like that. That's the power of a brushless motor though. You can put in a shitload of torque and then just drop it like this, down to zero, just cut the fuck out. And that's a brush motor for you as well, but they can't put in as much torque. Two inverter machines. Electric has the motor that they use in like Hisense machines and shit. That one has its own motor that's produced in-house by the fucking manufacturers. Yeah. Love this shit. I swear to God. I'm just in love with this. I'm really sad it wasn't kept for longer originally, because this setup happened a while back, and the only thing I did was like express 20 versus time 20 or something like that, and then a spin race. That was it with these two. But this time I have the free rein. Oh my god, look at that direction change. Oh. Using the swing as well. Just to power through it. Now I have the option, the options, the possibilities, all the free time, and the burden of a relationship for me right now is gone entirely. Gentlemen, this is the peak opportunity for this. Wash racing is fun. Also, I take my mind off a lot of the things going on in my life. So, of course, it's my therapy and yours. So, there you are. Should I film darts in W1? Yes or no? Yeah. Fuck it. I don't care. Flip a coin, yes or no? If it's yes, do it in the W1. If it's heads, do it in the W1. If it's tails, do it in the Asco. But fuck it, I can't be asked. I'm just gonna do it in the W1 because I haven't filmed that at all in comparison to the Asco recently. Like, this is pretty much one of the first videos I've actually filmed with this thing properly running since it got sold and then sent back to me, really. And this especially is the first wash race since all that bollocks. See what I told you? I told you, didn't I? That will go nuts if it fucking wants to. Gentlemen, there you have it. It's moved earlier today, but I don't care. You know? Who gives a shit? It's a 2000 machine. It's a 2000 quid machine. It is actually moving. That's the fun part. You know? Who gives a fuck if it's like a Miele that costs 2,000 quid? I don't care. I actually want this thing to move once or twice, you know? It's on a raised one floor, it's got slick as fuck lino flooring on it. I mean, come on. Well, no, it's actually adhesive plastic flooring. It's obviously going to move. It's actually on rubber feet still, but I'm going to have to put a guess on it. There's not particularly much rubber left, so somebody asked me. Who gives a shit? I don't. Oh, if you rub your feet on perfect, it'll cause some leveling issues. This floor is leveling issues. I don't even think there's a machine in here that's actually managed to not vibrate the floor to pieces. And that's genuine. Like, Jack's W540 did it, my fucking W3722 did it, even this W1 did it, same with the Asco. Any machine on this floor will vibrate it to hell. It does not matter. Gorgeous. Perfectly handled by the W1, just doesn't care. And here we go with the W6098. Still an 8-minute difference between these two, surprisingly. see what it has. Let's see what you got, Chief. Bring it, bitch. Do it. He's gonna drop that drain pump. There you go. And off we fucking go. Light sudslock, more of a heavy waterlock there. Very diluted, I think it might pump that. That's more thick, really, actually, thinking about it, but I reckon it'll still pump that out. Because, fuck it, it's actually got a really good drain pump there. I bet this will hit 1800 because, even though it's abandoned the spin, that's only due to suds, but I think every other spin is going to be fine. Oh! Oh hell. Abandoned for rebalancing. Okay. It's still an 8-minute difference, so we'll see what happens here. Well, roughly. Let's see, gents. Let's just see what happens. There's going to be a million things that's about to happen in the next 2 minutes. I would bet you anything. The asset would be like, oh, I'm gonna go dumb. I would be retard mode. Just start slamming into the sides. And then for no specific reason at all, decides to obviously spin it for the first time ever and then just jump around the utility room. And that's when I'll obviously just cancel or I'll pause it, because it actually has the option to do that, thank fuck. But obviously, unless the suspension legs are worn, it won't do that. Ooh. That were a bit unbalanced. Just a bit, not much. Just a little bit too much for this thing down here. I think if it spun that, it will go a bit nuts, so yeah. There you are. I love this fucking new one. I love this ASCO. I love everything about it. Every machine I currently have. They have no flaws to me. They're perfect. You know what I should do? I should bring the 7.5 back in here at some point along with the million th. Because, fuck it, it is worth that. It's worth it. Oh yeah, the coving up in the ceiling on this side where the machines are. Right on the back wall, on the side wall, really. Oh, no, no. That's what I mean. The coving's coming off the fucking ceiling. Due to insane vibrations, that's like what? 4, 5, 6 years, 7 years of being here and it's doing that, so there you are. It's pretty obvious. You know, coving's going to come down if there's a significant amount of vibration. That's the reset pump. That's what I love about this, you can actually hear the reset pump. At least. A bit too much water in the ASCO, it's triggered the drain pump actually for the first time. Without spinning. I think. Loving them ASCO trucks. It doesn't press me every single time. Rebalancing. 17 minutes and 25. Still 8 minutes. Okay. It's cool. I have literally got maximum rinse level switched on this W1, so maximum rinse level is always engaged. And any cycle that doesn't do water plus just does low level. See? Look. There's a literal water level in there. Alright, let's check eco feedback. 76 litres of water so far, and I think it's on the final rinse. That's alright. It's good. 0.7 kilowatt hours, 76 litres, 41p. Fuck it. Obviously I've adjusted for the new prices we have for energy, which have fucking doubled. 20p a kilowatt hour now, fuck it. You're getting charged 45p and then 9p a kilowatt hour. I don't know. No, 15p a kilowatt hour on night rate. Go fuck yourself. Signed. Scottish Power. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Signed. Scottish Power. I mean, that's just our fucking energy. Over here we have the highest electricity rates for the entire world, I believe. Because for no apparent reason we like to charge people a fuck ton more. Half the cost of an entire pint of beer is tax. Income tax. Tax on fucking everything. That's actually going for that? Jesus. Okay, it means business. A little bit of ripple on that. Just a tiny little bit. Please keep going. Because you've drained that. Keep going. 10-minute difference. 15 minutes versus 25. Jeez. Means I'm going to 1600. I wonder if that really is the final rinse or if it's... I think because they put the jet system on, I think it's the final rinse. That's going for it. Oh, it's on drain, so it is actually going on that final spin. The Asco's got one more spin, one more rinse to go. So this is final intern. Going for that a little bit. That ain't going to 1600 like that. Fuck. Or is it? Oh shit. Working the vibration down. Oh Jesus Christ. 13 minutes. Yeah, the Asco loses, the Miele wins. Welcome to Shaking City. And we literally just gonna vibrate the house to pieces. Ceilings will be falling off the walls upstairs. No, I'm just kidding. That's never happened, actually. I'm impressed, even when the W916 literally took fucking flight for like half a second in here. Nothing actually happened other than it tapped the glass and it jumped. No, I think I'm really the only person aside from Chris, aka the laundry centre, to actually have a Miele fly. Like, unless it's intentional, a Miele will not fly. Physically, it will not leave the floor it has been placed on. And as you know, Mieles are heavy enough that they will stay on whatever fucking floor you put them on, and they will not leave it for any reason other than they have bad shock absorbers, or you physically move the machine in some way. Like you move the machine to re-level it in a different spot, you know, half an inch over or whatever, that's moving a Miele. If you move it to another location entirely, that's moving a Miele. If a Miele moves by itself, then either it is completely and utterly fucking mental, it's timer controlled, it's had an imbalance problem where it didn't care and just went for it, or it's got bad shocks. Like there's all the motor tachometer has just decided to fucking fry. Like there is no genuine way a Miele will leave the floor it is sitting on, other than that floor collapsing, than what I have described. Like that's the only way a Miele will physically move, unless it is forced to move by someone throwing something in there on spin. You physically moving the machine because of the reason to move it somewhere or to re-level it to a slightly different spot. It could be anywhere in a room that's still moving it without it moving itself. Moving itself means the machine has an issue, which is shock absorbers or motor related, and that's the only very few ways a Miele will move during either normal or forced operation. Like that's the madness of it. It will not move for any other reason. Like this, look. Flawless going to 1600 now. I think that is going to be smooth as hell. There's barely any vibrations at about 700 RPM there. And that's going to go all the way. 9 minutes left, it's obvious. Currently there is a 13-minute difference still. Yeah, 13 minutes. Miele is going to win, Asker is going to lose, same old, and whatever. Who cares? Who cares, because it's been fun so far. I've been sitting here for 2 hours, and to be honest, these 2 hours have been very fun. Gents and ladies. Mainly gents, because we don't have females in this community. I'm impressed that we don't, but it's like 99.9, in fact, practically 100% male dominated for this hobby and this business idea, really. If it's a hobby, it can become a business, that kind of thing. I don't mean actual businesses that operate just by buying and selling machines. That's a different thing. That's a company where obviously any gender or any person themselves can be employed. I mean, this is a hobby, and genuinely, for some very odd reason, there are no females in this community practically. I think there's only really, I think, 1 or 2 females in this community that I actually know of. I'm not just knowing their names or anything. But it's incredible. And the rest is just guys, boys, teens, men. It's madness. This is obviously the autistic thing or the genuine interest in it. Like, it's either you have autism, you don't. I think a lot of us are gay as well. I mean, that's like the trend. Obviously there's straight people as well, you know, it's a thing of anybody at all. They will get advice, unless they're an arsehole. That's when they get blocked by everyone and they have to figure it out by themselves, and that's their problem. I mean, come on. If you're going to act like an arsehole, everyone's going to block you because you acted like an arsehole, and they're not going to unblock you for any reason. Basically. I mean, if you need advice, ask the internet, it'll be some idiotic dumb question. A dumb answer from Google or any kind of repair forum, really. Unless it's from people that actually know the machines or anything. It's going to be the manufacturer's advice of, this error code means there's a fault code, your engineer can sort it out for you. Like, no information at all. Whirlpool. Because that's Whirlpool. It's like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I've got like F61. There's a fault with a component. If you call an engineer, they will sort it. Are they gonna charge me for like parts and labour on a 12-year-old American-sized Whirlpool SCW 1112? Yeah, of course they fucking are. No, I'm not going to an engineer. Fuck off. My money, bitch. But to be honest, there's no real issue with the Whirlpool siphon. The steam generator is dying. I don't care. I don't use the damn thing. The steam generator, I mean. It's not a bad issue. I don't use steam refreshing. Steam don't really matter that much to me, so there you go. I don't really mind it being dead. I do sell that thing, it's just perfectly working. That's it. I mean, I don't think anyone will actually care about a steam generator being faulty. Steam's just a feature where it has one cycle on this Whirlpool that actually is for steam only, and the rest of it is just a soil option that they're not actually going to notice is on or not, because the way it works is the steam is entirely like, it's practically impossible to tell if the steam generator is actually being used if you aren't there the whole cycle. Spinning, sliding, yeah man. It's gonna go spinnies. It's gonna go speedies. Be 5 minutes before then. Just grab it as soon as. I probably have ADHD. I don't care. I'm saying probably because, yeah, no, I've been actually diagnosed. I'm not saying I have ADHD. I'm just saying I probably have it because I'm hyperactive as fuck sometimes. That might just be my own situation. Yeah, don't judge me, bitch. If you do, fuck you. I'm just saying I might. Not saying I do. It's the possibility. I reckon I'm gonna get so many hate comments soon because Jack's lied about everything. And it's gonna be like, it's all your fault. Bitch, it ain't my fault. Up there. No fabric softener. For the win. Oh, I love that. Loving it. It's just gonna drain all that. Instantly that's gonna go again. Or I might abandon it because that does seem slightly too unbalanced actually. Oh my god. That is a gorgeously smooth 1600. This thing is barely vibrating and the whole tub isn't even moving barely. Holy fuck. That is amazing. I actually thought it would be unbalanced, but wow, that is super impressive, really. I would have expected there to be quite a bit of vibration, but actually no. Vibration is very, very subtle on the machine only, like the floor isn't affected with it at all. Wow. Oh my god. And the Ascot's going for it, hopefully, again, I think. That's not going anywhere. It's gonna go a bit faster. And then abandon it. As I was about to say, it's gonna go a bit faster, and then say, nah, it's not that. I'm done. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna go to something different. I mean, let me just retry it for like the third time. That's just this machine though, it's sensitive as hell. There's no way of changing that. Well, there's a way of making it slightly less sensitive, but it's still sensitive really. but the 1800 RPM spins it's called sometimes. Epic shit. It will potentially take a sudslock to 1800. That's the possibility. That's a scary possibility. Ooh. It ain't gonna do anything with that either. That's a bit more unbalanced than the first time. Nope. It doesn't even speed up for that. It's not even gonna try it. It's like, I have no business in doing this. I wonder if this is going to pop up with twin DOS maintenance. Now, I have actually done that. I've refilled a compartment. One thing with water. Anti-grease. Finished. No error code. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let me check if there is calibration on this for power wash. Let's check. Fault memory. No faults. Usually it pops up with F64, which is related to the dispenser. Let's see. Calibration. Activate calibration. And now it's going to be a complete bitch. It's going to be like, do Cotton's 90. It was deactivated. I don't know why. Yep. Open the stock up and run the Cotton's 90 program without laundry. Okay. What if I wanted to start minimum iron? Can't do it. Because this machine, when it is recalibrated to something or decides it should be cleaned, it does Cotton's 90 and there's no option for anything else. So, of course, I'm going to do Cotton's 90 and I'm going to start it on this bid. But this machine wins. Yeah. That's the good part, because you have a winner and you have a loser. I mean, I've had draws a couple of times, which is quite impressive. But let's go back to the ASCO. Let me just move all this out of the way so we can get a full view of this. Let's see 1,800 RPM, because it's something that I understand people would like to see in person, but I'm the one experiencing it and it's a different thing in person. So much different to what it is like on videos. You can see the camera vibration, but you cannot actually physically feel it. That's the fun part. So I'm going to unload the W1. There goes my vape. Go in. Right. So I'm going to unload the W1, but obviously I have dry, clean stuff. Alright. Maybe it could take that. It is within time frame. Fancy running Cotton's 90 with like one fucking sock. Most inefficient cycle for one sock. Unless it's got any sentimental value, you're not fucking doing that. Unless you've accidentally left the sock in there. Right, close the door. Do your bullshit, buddy. Alright, Cotton's 90 twin DOS is on for compartment fucking 1. Okay, that. And the traditional 2 hours. Let's go. Let's see what this bitch has to offer me. I'm gonna see. I think it might possibly do a power wash. An actual spin wash. I'm meaning one spin wash. Because obviously it is going to then decide that it has an empty drum, it's just doing a calibration cycle, and that's it. 120 minutes. So by the time it does actually finish, it's going to be around about 10 to 4, I think. I believe. So it actually is working, this twin DOS, I think. And that's about 2 litres of water right there. Oh my god, it's gonna fucking do it. Gents, forget about the ASCO just for a second. It's about to do it. Fucking watch this. It's gonna do it, I think. Oh. It was going to. Oh, what a slag. No. He decided not to. Nope. Fuck that. It was still quite fun. I will eventually do an empty and relatively empty and complete power wash phase video. But back to this. I don't think my camera's shaking yet, and I feel like it should be. It will. Eventually. Oh, so fucking good, these things. They also do these in white in other countries. I don't know why they don't do them here, but they do them in white in other places. They don't do 12 kilo machines either, and they should. Because my god, people are going to fucking buy it. $12 kilos for a big household? Yeah. 80 litres. On the significantly larger side of domestic machines. 70 litres is more of an average now. A 10 kilo, what? 80 litres in a 12? That's understandable. That's going to hit 80 like that. That'll increase. Once it gets to about 6 minutes, it's going to go to 80. Unless it stays here at this speed. For some strange reason. But my thoughts are it's going to increase. on video, because every single time it fails, I'm just going to extend the video by just making it do 1800 anyway. Yeah, fuck it. A lot of hair on that as well. But, yeah, that's my sister for you. So, not the Asker's fault. Ooh, we are stopped. And then done. And then it goes back to the cycle screen, and then I'm going to go whee all the way to spin. 1800 RPM. Go! Right, now let's fucking see if this will actually do 1800, because, yeah, it's getting very annoying. Okay. I'm actually impressed it's taken that. Wow. That's something I didn't expect. I thought I'd go ahead and try to abandon that one. Wow. That is quite unbalanced. Obviously decided to rebalance that. I mean, I think any machine would when it's faced with something like that. Especially when, of course, made to go to full speed. There is a possibility it could take this. I don't really think it will. Although maybe. No. Alright, fuck that. It's all floofy. Big floof. Let's see this. Probably not. No. So I'm going to reduce my speed now. I've tried for a couple of times, it's like, no. Keep going. Just don't stop. Just do it again. Just heel the distribute thing and just go. You cannot rebalance this. It will fuck it up. Off it goes. 1800, baby. To 1800 and travel hell. Fuck it. It's going for it. I will bet you anything it's going for it. Definitely shaking the floor, not shaking the camera yet. Yeah, it's trying to balance. That's me. All the dumbass in the morning. Do what the fuck I want. Well, aside from running around the house naked screaming. Probably wanking myself off the living room because... I mean, that's just what your bedroom's for. Be comfortable, boys. Jeez. Going out in peace and tranquility in your own bedroom. But yeah, there you go. Oh yeah. Hang on a second. Yep, definitely checking the camera now. Off to full speed, that's about 1600 I'd say. Full speed. Here we fucking go. And the swirlies. Let's go, boys. Maxed the fuck out. On for 90 seconds. It's only something you will get with either an Asco, a Miele, a Cadena, a Siemens, a Bosch, or an AEG. The rest are German. This is Swedish. It also means that I think they're Swiss. So you'll get that from like, well, hang on. Miele, Asco, Bosch, Siemens, what do you call it? Cadena, and then Miele. Or Sud. Actually, no, Schultfest, that makes sense. That is true, Schultfest. Schultfest. Right, Schultfest, there you go. There you are, 90 seconds, thereabouts. Holding 18. Actually, I was rolling about 2 minutes, but who cares? It's still had 1800, even if it's for 20 seconds, it's still fucking better. The only actual brush machine that will do 1800 is a Siemens IQ 1835. Literally, it has a DC brush motor. I think maybe a Bosch as well, which is styled similar to the Siemens, but those are like hen's teeth. I've only actually seen one picture of them, of one. I don't even think there's obviously a model before it, but I can't remember it. That genuinely rare. Like, there's not even, I don't even think there's a video of it on YouTube anyway. I think possibly Whirlpool or Balcony, I don't know. So that's 7 so far. I don't think Whirlpool made an 1800 machine, but there you are. Oh no, Matra as well. I just remembered the Matra Sigma, so that's 8. That is 8 machines in total, or 8 machine brands in total that will do 1800. Matra is more of a really unique AEG, I think, off the top of my head. Germany and European only, really. They weren't sold over here, and that's what's cool about them. So that was that. 1800. I was about to say 2000 for some reason, but 1800 in the ASCO. That's done. So yeah, once that finishes, I'm ending this video, saying goodnight to you all in like 2 minutes. But yeah, 2 in the morning. Yeah, today's been a very okay day. And I hope I have them every single day in the future. Just an okay day or a good day. I don't have my bad days with everything that's gone on with me and this whole thing recently, and coming to terms with what I've been through and what I've lost and all that. But oh well, that's everything that happens. Right, that is 1800 in the ASCO done. So I'm gonna unload it. So start new. It always gives me that option to add it to favourites, and I find it hilarious. It's like, do you want to add this to favourites? And I'm like, nah, because it's just a spin cycle. Although, to be honest, with the current situation with this, I feel like it will be on my favourites list at some point, because like, spin cycle. It's done 1200 again. But no, it only does it for certain loads, and it's obvious that a lot of them are unmanageable, so like, understandable, innit? Piece of sellotape, goodbye. There's probably a tissue in some kind of pocket that's disintegrated or something. I bet. It's gonna be like, it won't be my fault, trust me. I do not get blamed for that. That's somebody who didn't empty their damn pockets before giving it to me. Right, so that is the end of that. And with that, I will say, I'm gonna find the button. Good night to you all. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, guys. Wait a minute. Oh no, that's just my fucking recording light. Right, I will see you in a bit. I'll see you in the next video, which will probably be tomorrow or whenever. I don't know when this video is going to get posted, to be honest, but it will be soon. So, gentlemen, and the few ladies, or maybe a lot of the ladies, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. But anybody who watches this, I wish you a very good day, a good evening, good afternoon, whenever you watch this, a good life in general, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.